Baruch here with genConnect and Esther Dyson. Esther, I want to start by understanding what the distinction really is between investing in health care and investing in one's health.
Okay, so investing in health care is very easy. Somebody comes in, they're sick, you try and put them back together again, which may or may not work. It's a very expensive process, so it's a very big market. There are lots of really sick people. The problem is they don't really need to be sick, all of them. Many of them, if you invested in producing health rather than in trying to recover it later with health care, you could still get rich and people would be much happier and healthier and they'd work harder and kids would graduate and do better in school if they were healthy. The problem is, long ago when there were no mortgages, people mostly rented houses because they couldn't afford to buy one. There were people who lived on the land and they were owned by a landholder, a feudal king or something. But then even when people started moving to the cities, there were the rich people who owned places and then there were the poor people who rented. And we're kind of doing the same thing with our health. We're renting our health. Year by year, you pay for health care when you get sick. But why not do something like a mortgage where you invest now in the kind of scaffolding that will keep you healthy for the future?
What is the number one way for us to invest in owning our health? What's the one thing we can be doing now?
You personally, me personally, we can eat right and get exercise and sleep. The problem is that what's actually happening is the social structures around us, the marketing, the overall environment is kind of counteracting what we're trying to do to stay healthy.
You mean healthcare providers?
No, I mean cars make it easy not to walk.
Okay.
Sugar in food makes it easy to eat food that's not good for you and then eat too much of it. Alcohol and tobacco, obviously, so all the time you're being manipulated to be unhealthy.
It's a constant battle.
Yes. And so to the extent we can change, it's not just people are bad and they lack willpower. They're being tempted and they're being undermined all the time. And if you can invest in creating communities that don't do that, long term, people will be healthier. And that's what I'm trying to prove with Way To Wellville, which is my project. But what we're also trying to prove with Way To Wellville is that if you can create the right financial instruments, for example, to invest in everything from asthma prevention programs to subsidizing healthy food, you actually spend a lot more on treating diabetes later than you would spend buying healthy food now. But right now the market's sending you messages saying, buy this convenient stuff that's not really good for you because it tastes good and it doesn't take any time to prepare.
But in the long run, it costs quite a bit.
Right. It's like renting your whole life and you end up never owning anything.
Well, Esther, thank you for helping us own our own health and our own lives. And for more with Esther Dyson, be sure to check out genConnect.